Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brittany and I am so glad that you're here. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal vlogs. I'm going to talk about my investing routine as a 22-year-old full-time college student. So I'm currently going to San Francisco State University. I'm studying dietetics. And although I am not studying finance and I have no formal education, I've been watching Graham Stephan since I was 16 or 17, and so it's been a long time. Basically, I have such a passion for finance. I don't know a whole lot about investing, but this is just what I do. This is based off of what I learned from Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, various other finance YouTubers, although Graham Stephan is definitely the one who I've learned the most. And I just want to give like a little backstory, which I think is really funny, about kind of how finance has been a part of my life. So basically when I was 18 years old, I know most people like might go have a party or I don't know, just do something, but on the night of my 18th birthday, it was like 2 in the morning and I was applying for my very first Discover cashback college credit card and I got approved and I was so happy, and that was honestly like the best birthday present ever. It was just it's so funny. But yeah, so that's kind of where my like finance passion started, I guess. So I do just want to let you guys know that this is not investing advice. This is just what I'm personally doing. It's helped my money grow, but definitely proceed with caution. Please do not just take my investments and copy them, you know, because this is your own money. You never know what can happen and all of that. So let's start off with how I make money. So as a college student, I do not work like a full-time or part-time job. Instead, I babysit for 2 families. My income varies greatly. One family I'm pretty stable with at least once a week. The other family, I'd say I help them about two weeks out of the month, simply because their father does work far away, so then their mom also has a career, and so I'm basically helping pick up the kids from school and watch them until their mom gets home, you know, babysitting, simple. And then I also make money by helping an older lady out about 4 times a month. I help her get groceries and all of that, and she pays pretty well. And then lastly, I make money through Instagram working with brands. So I am working with ehplabs, Grande Cosmetics, and Paragon Fitwear. So now let's just get started talking about the companies I use. And if you do notice, I am looking over to this side because I do have my computer open with all of the notes so I can keep this video somewhat organized. So the companies I use for my personal investments are Robinhood and Public. I like Public because it does show like what investments other people are making. Like for example, I like to watch all of Graham Stephan's things and see what he's investing in and all of that. And then Robinhood, I've just been using them since the beginning really, and I don't know, it's very easy to use. And then I also have a Roth IRA, or Roth Ira. I like to say IRA. I don't know really what you should say, but I use Vanguard for my Roth IRA. And in the past I also have used Fidelity and Webull, but I don't know, I just didn't really like how they were structured, and I don't know. So yeah, I use Robinhood, Public, and Vanguard for my investments. So my investment strategy with a flexible income somewhat varies from month to month, but I still try to have like a format. And since I am a college student, it is important for me to set aside cash each time I get paid. Typically this is once a month because I do get paid more than that, but since my income varies greatly, I like to do my investments either once a month or twice a month. But yes, I always set aside cash, and I put this into my Ally Bank high yield savings account just so it can grow a little bit. Yeah, this is just because I have Wells Fargo for my regular banking, but if you guys don't know, the interest rate you would make on a Wells Fargo or Bank of America or Chase savings account is virtually nothing at all. So Ally Bank, just high yield, I think it's like 0.5% APY, which is good because I need to set this aside anyway, so when I need to pay my tuition I have that. So now let's talk about kind of how I decide what money goes where. So since the money I make working with the older lady is pretty stable, it's the same amount pretty much month to month, so I put that aside in my high yield savings account to save as cash for tuition and other expenses that may come up. I live off of my babysitting money, so any expenses, eating out, groceries, anything I need, I live off of that for babysitting. And then all of the money I make from Instagram goes straight to investing. So I am so grateful when you guys do use my code and help support me, because it means a lot to me. So I make the most from ehplabs, next Grande Cosmetics, then Paragon Fitwear. But yeah, since I make the most from ehplabs, I decide that $500 will go to my Roth IRA. So basically, if you don't know what a Roth IRA is, it's a retirement account that you fund with after tax dollars now. So since I am in a lower tax bracket now than I will be once I get my career going, it just makes sense to have this type of account, and it grows tax-free. So when you are able to take out the money at retirement age, you will not have to pay taxes on it like a traditional IRA. So this is amazing. It's definitely great, especially if you're putting a lot of money in it. However, there is a limit to how much money you can put in it per year. So the limit currently is $6,000. I think if you're 50 or 60 years old, that amount increases to $7,000, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm 22, so I don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, so I need to put $500 per month in it to take full benefits of this account. So that's what I do first. From ehplabs, I take $500 and put it directly into my Roth IRA with Vanguard. Typically, I do this in VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, or VOO, VOO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETFs. So I do like to do ETFs. This is also something that Graham Stephan recommends versus doing individual stocks, simply because ETFs allow you to own small percentages of a company within one individual bundle. So for example, VTI is the Vanguard Total Stock Market. It has so many stocks in there, and basically you make money as the stock market increases over time. So I think right now, well, okay, these last few years were a little bit crazy with stock market growth, but on average you can expect to see about a 7% return per year on these stocks. So yeah, I definitely like to use those for my retirement account, just because, I don't know, I like to play things safer. Basically, when I was 18, I didn't really know much. I'd buy like random stocks that people would talk about on Twitter and other stuff, and I did end up losing quite a bit of money. So I'm now a lot more careful. I do research whenever I'm buying individual stocks, but I still prefer to buy ETFs just because I do better long term. They are a safer investment and all of that. Okay, so I am just gonna pull up my Robinhood account right now so I can kind of tell you guys this as I go. It makes sense, it's easier. So currently my portfolio has 56% ETFs, 31% individual stocks, and 13% cryptocurrency. So the ETFs I am invested in are, I'm going to do this like in order of percentage I own. So VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market, VOO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 I had talked about earlier, VXUS, which is the Vanguard Total Stock International Stock ETF. I think that's good because just in case US stocks are not doing good, we do have a percentage that may grow with the international stock market. And then I have VYM, which is a Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. I have GUSH, which is GUSH, which is the oil and gas production. This actually grew a lot, surprisingly, which is great. And then I also have VNQ, which is the Vanguard US REIT fund, which is about real estate in the United States. My cat wants to come say hi. Hi, honey. You guys can kind of see her. Okay, so now let's talk about, okay, all right. Now let's talk about the individual stocks that I am invested in, also in order of percentage owned in my portfolio. So I have CRISPR. This was actually one that I bought a long time ago, like when I was 18 or something. And this is simply because since I do take a lot of science classes, I am super interested in CRISPR technology, and it's just technology. I don't know if that was the right term, but CRISPR is just really, really cool. I think what they're doing is interesting. It's amazing. And yeah, so I invested in them, and I actually owned a lot of shares. I sold most of them when it went really, really high. Let me see if I can find. Like, I paid $55 and per share. I had like, I don't know, 15 or something. And then it went up to $190 per share, and that's when I sold. I sold at like pretty much the perfect time. And I still have 3 shares left. It went back down to $67 at the moment, but yeah, I don't know. CRISPR is amazing. And then I have Tesla. Tesla speaks for itself. I bought in when it was pretty low. Like, I bought in when the shares split. So I think it was like $400 something per share, and now it's currently at $1,027. So love Tesla per share. And then I have Apple, which is great. I have Adobe, I have United Airlines, I have Starbucks, Pfizer, Peloton, and MRK, which is Merck, I think, which is they're making like that COVID pill, which you would take instead of getting a vaccine. Don't really know too much about it. I lost a little bit of money on it, but I haven't had it for that long, so you know, there is time for growth. I really tried to not sell. I tried to just keep all of my stocks, let them grow over time. However, if there is a huge opportunity for growth, I will decide to sell right then. So now let's talk about the fun part, which is cryptocurrencies. So I have not been invested in crypto for very long, just because I feel like I don't know too much about it compared to how I feel about ETFs and stocks and all of that. So I am definitely more cautious, but yeah, I kind of am hesitant to make it a larger part of my portfolio. So currently I feel comfortable with up to 15%. At the moment I'm right at 13%. So the most I have is Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I chose Ethereum because I feel like it has such great potential. It performs very similar to Bitcoin, and yeah, I don't know, I have mostly Ethereum, but also I have a decent amount of Bitcoin, and then I have very little percentages of Litecoin, Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin. I fell into the hype of Dogecoin, but like too late. But it's okay. And then I have Shiba Inu, which also fell into the hype of that one. So like I said, I don't put a lot of money into those. If I do want to buy Bitcoin, it's pretty much going to be Ethereum. I have quite a bit of Bitcoin, but I don't think I want to continue buying into it, just because, I don't know, I just think Ethereum has a lot of potential. And yeah, that concludes my investment portfolio. Although I mentioned these stocks and I have my Robinhood account open, I also am talking about what I have on public. I don't have too much on public, but yeah, the companies I mentioned, I also have some of them on public. And yeah, that concludes my whole investment portfolio. And although it is harder to invest as a college student, it's definitely not impossible for most people. I think it really just comes down to how you budget your money. Also your income, of course, because, you know, if you're not working or if you're not able to make money, it is a lot harder to invest. But yeah, I don't know, I just be careful. I make sure I set aside money for tuition, any emergency expenses, and whatever else may come up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below, and then I'll decide if I want to continue to do some more finance videos or not. Like I said, I do not have a finance education, simply just what I've learned over time with my passion being in finance and fitness and health and everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video very, very soon.